create videos to persuade people to watch these films, which are authentic hidden gems for people's entertainment. This video focuses on explaining the movie from a personal perspective. Most of the movie's video clips were used in the explanation for better understanding. All credits for video clips are due to the movie owners. To my understanding, it falls under the category of fair use in the reviews and commentary section. No one's rights will be infringed upon by us. Send us a free mail message if you have any questions or concern about the clips, and we will delete them right away. In this video we will see a horror mystery thriller English movie which had come in 2017 named Geralt's Game. If you want to watch this movie as a whole, then you can watch on Netflix. Let the story begin. The story starts with a two couple named Jesse and Geralt. The both couples decided a journey to a secluded take house in Fair of Alabama in order to get some rest. While Geralt takes his Viagra, Jesse gives food to a stray dog outside. When she comes back inside, she finds the door slightly ajar. Before rehearsing sensuous postures, Jesse puts the tag on a shelf above the bed and changes into a brand new nightgown. Geralt again taking a Viagra, Geralt places his water glass on the same shelf. He holds Jesse in a place by placing handcuffs on each wrist and fastening them on the bedpost. This surprises her a little, but she continues. He tells her to scream for assistance even though he knows no one will hear her because he begins to pretend to rape her. This action of Geralt that he is doing with his wife surprises Jesse a little, but she continues to allow him. Jesse was quite excited at what her husband was going to do with her. Both were going to play a game. Jesse was also enjoying a lot, that's why she was not preventing her husband. Neither of the two would have expected that this game would be turned into the most horrific of both of them. She initially agrees to play along but soon starts to feel uncomfortable when she asks him to stop and release her handcuffs. He responds, "What if I want?" Geralt had a heart attack and collapses to the ground following a violent quarrel in which he accuses her of not even attempting to renew their relationships. Geralt leaves Jesse in handcuffs. When the dog comes in, Geralt's arm is bit into and eaten by it despite Jesse's best effort to scare it away. Jesse observes Geralt's corpse still lying on the floor because he rises up and starts speaking. He makes fun of Jesse by pointing out the realities of the tense marriage, that his erratic issues. Then he tells her that she has been sitting about for hours and has started to feel tired and dehydrated. Jesse magically frees herself by yanking a hand out of a handcuff. Geralt hears her bragging, but she turns around and assures herself, the one who is still trapped, that it is simple to get out. Jesse, who uses confidence, confides in Geralt and tells him things about herself and him that she has never had the courage to say. They remind her of the glass of water that is just out of her reach but close enough to reach from above the bed. The hallucinations bring to mind the tag she put on shelf and rolls into a straw to get the water. Jesse passes out, wakes up in the dark and sees a towering distorted figure who pulls out a bag filled with different bones. She says, "You are not real," and she shuts her eyes. Geralt seems to be saying though that death is there waiting to take her. Jesse gets upset when Geralt starts referring to her as a mouse. Her father Tom used to call her Mouse in a loving manner which brings back memories of him. She is 12 years old and is vacation with her family at a lake cottage. During vacation, the father Tom and the daughter Jessie both are sit alone to watch the sun eclipse. The father Tom recommends Jessie sit on his lap like she did when she was younger because they watch the sun eclipse together in a deserted outside. The Jessie feels very uncomfortable at the age of just 12 because his father masturbates on his lap. The curved Jessie steers to extreme agony because of her course being cut off and squeezing. Geralt and the sure Jessie have misgiving about her cases that she managed the extension of keeping quiet and her cases that he didn't have anything to do with her marriage, despite the fact that she wedded a man very much like her dad. Jessie starts again thinking back at the younger age. After the shroud, Her dad tells her he was embarrassed about what he did and somehow managed her toward conquering never to tell anybody what has happened. Jessie cut her hand that evening when she crushed the glass too hard when her mom got some information about the obscuration. The grown up Jessie crushes the water glass and slits her wrist in a manner that empowers her to strip back the skin, permitting her ridiculous hand to fall through the sleeve. She holds the bed to the key, opening her other hand. She hydrates and gouges herself, however, at that point drops on the floor from the blood, misfortune, and weakness. At the point when she wakes, the man made of twilight is towards the finish of the corridor and she gives him her wedding band for his knickknack pack. She makes to her vehicle and drives away, yet sees the man again in the secondary lounge. The vehicle collides with a tree, yet individual from close by house emerge. A half year after the fact, Jessie is composing a letter to her 12-year-old self, attempting to compose with her hand that required skin joints. She utilized a portion of Garel's life coverage to begin an establishment of casualties of sexual maltreatment. That man who has acromegaly causing disfiguration of his head is a chronic execution who uncovered graves, taking bones and gems, and sometimes eating the essence of male carcasses. This makes sense of why it didn't hurt Jessie in the house and furthermore why Geralt's face was deformed. The Jessie shows up at court as the evening glow man is being condemned, seeking likewise Geralt's and Tom's face, where his face is, she says, "You are such a ton more modest than I recall," and the story goes ends.